Welcome to Grumpily Ever After, our uncensored podcast where swoon-worthy meets eye-rolling as I, an avid reader and adventure romance author, chat with my grumpy husband who has inspired all of my book boyfriends written to date. Join us as we chat about books he'll never read, words he thinks are stupid, and all his grumbles in between. If nothing else, we hope to make you smile and brighten your day. At least a little. So, settle in and let's see where today's chapter takes us.
All right, I'm ready, Coach. If I gotta take a work call or something, if someone calls me, we're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
You back in live action?
Back on live action.
All right, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Grumpily Ever After. My name is Lindsey Pogue. I'm your co-host.
Oh, sorry. Dennis, main host, main cheese.
And please excuse any random interruptions because Dennis is like half working while we're doing this, answering calls. So anyways, that being said, how was your day, dear?
Day was like any other day. All plans go to shit and just running with the punches. My day has been pretty good. Tax stuff stresses me out. You know, I've been dealing with that most of the day, most of the week, most of the last week and a half. But I did wake up with a kink, so I have a slampus on my neck, and I will need your help putting it on another one on better later. I'm not very good at the one-handed behind my neck placing, etc. I need the professional. The professional salampas applier.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, you know, they're so mentholated. I put it on, and then Blue walked up, and she wanted me to pet her, and I put my hand down there, and she immediately cringed and like withdrew, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a really strong scent there. Anyway, but yeah, I'm ready to wind the day down. I went on some walks today. That was really nice, but yeah, I'm ready for the day to be over. So I have a new trope for you today, and I think it might be one you know, but I'm interested to know what you think it is.
Ready, Coach?
Meet cute.
I've heard of it.
Talk about kind of ridiculous names. That's why I picked this one. I think Shadow Daddy's still your favorite, but
I think that meet cute is like something that happens pretty much in every possible romance story, movie, whatever, where I think it's like two people meet and it might be awkward, but someone's attracted to the other person and they part ways and they think about that person or think about that interaction and want to keep pursuing, or like, I want to, see where this leads or find that person or something along those lines.
That's a very developed answer. In a way, yeah, you said a couple words. I don't remember exactly what they were that kind of hit on that and what it means. And a meet cute is a scene where two people meet for the first time in a charming or unusual way. And then they become a romantic couple. It's a common trope in romantic comedies, but can also appear in sitcoms and soap operas.
Yeah, so something that's like in everything. And pretty much meet cutes, right? Or cues.
Yeah, meet cute, C-U-T-E.
Pretty much happens in every Hallmark movie.
Yeah, probably.
First time meeting, someone who's returning back home.
Like they run into each other physically and I don't know.
And it's like awkward, but they weren't expecting it, and we'll meet again. Nice seeing you.
I know charming and unusual are kind of two. I mean, I guess it depends how unusual. I guess that could be the key determining factor. I mean, are we talking they meet in, I was going to say like in a car accident. That's not charming though. So it's just charming or unusual way. But anyway.
But it could be like in romantasy or something, fantasy, where some guy's like a shadow daddy is slaying people. And then there's like this fairy chica that sees him and she's like, oh, damn, what's that? And, the setting is dark and weird, but
I don't think that that's a meet cute. I think
That's
it's
a
supposed to be charming and uplifting and not supposed to be dark romance.
but in that realm, maybe it works.
Maybe in that realm. Maybe, Dennis.
Oh
In
my
your
god.
No, I'm being serious. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, in your story, it could be anything you want, really.
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially taking the same kind of concept that you would see at Hallmark movies where it's charming and cute or whatever, but in a dark setting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. I can't on the spot. All right. I just thought I would ask. I know you'd heard of it before,
Mhm.
so I wanted to see if you knew what it was. But
I mean, that's how we started. Me cute. I was all long haired and greasy, and you were like, "Ew, what's that?"
okay.
You
So
know, and it was like,
what's charming about that?
"Oh, like me. I brought the charm."
Oh, you're charming and unusual. You also said that you're a cinnamon roll, and cinnamon rolls sweat sticky. I don't know if you remember saying
When the hell
that.
did I say I was a cinnamon roll?
No, we had a whole podcast conversation about cinnamon roll and how you said that you were one because it's like maybe tough on the outside, but on the inside you're all ooey gooey. And
Oh my god.
but your joke was your guess was that cinnamon roll types or tropes or main male characters. You said what made them cinnamon rolls were that
Oh,
they sweat
yeah, I forgot.
sugary disgustingness.
Yeah, they ooze out the. Got it.
Anyway, okay, so today I thought we would do something fun before I get into it. Sabrina helps me create these things for my members in my reader community, little activities that I give them once in a while. And included in that are sometimes like crosswords, word searches, coloring pages. I usually create those. And then she has made ad libs for me. She'll take parts of my books and then she will create ad libs out of them. And so I figured today it would be fun if we each took one of the ad libs and we actually did it for funsies. So shout out to Sabrina for helping me do this stuff for readers so that I would have the idea to actually do it with you. Are you taking notes? What are you doing?
Can't read it, but I essentially just wrote shout out to Sabrina.
Nice.
As you said it.
Yeah. Well, he actually held it up for you, Sabrina. I know you're going to be listening at some point. I'm going to read the actual description of the book so that you have context. We each received a list of different nouns and adjectives and that sort of thing that we needed, and we've already put them into our ad lib sheet. So I'm going to read the book so that everybody, including you, Dennis, since you have never read this, have some context for the excerpts that we're going to be playing with, and then we'll get started. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. So this book specifically that these ad libs are pulled from are Skies of Fire. This is a post-apocalyptic romance. So here we go. This is the description. As volcanoes erupt, wildfires spread, and sinkholes swallow entire cities, Nox and Ava must put a lifetime of grudges aside to survive the shifting landscape. After an asteroid knocks the moon off its axis, scientists warn of the Earth's eventual destruction. Governments, moon maniacs, and doomsday preppers brace for the worst, but as the years tick by, life continues mostly unchanged, and it becomes easy to fall into a false sense of security. Ava Hernandez is no stranger to loss, heartache, and the struggle to survive. Branded a social pariah in her small town for reasons beyond her control, she's grown used to people's stares and mutterings over the years. Working 2 jobs while taking care of a sickly woman she owes her life to, it's all Ava can do to keep her head above water, let alone prep for the end. Knox Bennett is country boy royalty and infamous for holding a grudge. His mother is dead, his father has gone off the rails, and his brother has abandoned him, and Ava is to blame for all of it. While he might have been fed with a silver spoon, all the money in the world can't prepare him or save his family's ranch from what comes next. As fire engulfs the small town of Sonora, Texas, the nearby cities crumble, Ava and Knox are thrust together in the ensuing chaos. With all odds stacked against them, they must rely on each other to reach the safe haven alive. Okay, so that is the description. I'm going to read what is supposed to be, and then I'm going to read what it turned out to be with my ad libs, okay? Mine's longer, which is why I'm starting with mine. And just to be clear, I do not like reading out loud, so bear with me, people. I'm about to search for a can opener and heat the chili when I realize the water isn't running in the bathroom, and my attention shifts entirely. I head for our room where our bags are stashed. Is the shower free? I say loud enough for Ava to hear me. When I push the bedroom door fully open, she's standing by the queen-size bed, her hair long and wet down her bare back. She's in nothing but a pair of boy shorts. Shit. I take a step backward. Sorry. Actually, Ava hedges. Are you making inappropriate gestures?
Nothing but boy shorts on. Whoo!
Actually, Ava hedges. Can you help me with something? She clutches a clean t-shirt to her chest. She's washed in the setting sunlight that pours through the windows, illuminating the water drops on her back, still dripping from the ends of her hair. Yeah, I swallow thickly. Sure. I have a cut on my back I can't really reach, she mutters. Her fingers trace the edge of the abrasion she can't see. I figured I'd put some ointment on it before I'm covered in dust and sweat again. She looks at me over her shoulder. Do you mind? Yeah, I shake my head. I mean, no, I don't mind. I step closer and take the tube from her. Ava gathers her hair over her shoulders with one hand and presses her shirt closer to her chest with the other. The air stirs and Ava's scent fills my nose. I have no idea what she smells like, but it's the most comforting smell I hadn't realized I'd missed. Okay, so that's kind of a fun, sexy scene, a little sexual tension going on there. And then this is what it turned into. Mr. Dancing Eyebrows over there. Okay, so this is what I created. I couldn't stop laughing.
Make it sexual.
I'm about to search for a cat and heat up the sandwich when I realize the water isn't running anymore in the bathroom, and my attention shifts entirely. I head for the lips, where leaves are stashed. Is the shower handsome? I say loud enough for Sadie. I say loud enough so Sadie can hear me. In the club. I can't even read my own handwriting. When I push the bedroom door fully open, she's coughing by the dance-sized bed, her hair long and wet down her hands, and nothing but a pair of shoes. Shit, I take a step back. Sorry. Actually, Sadie hedges. Can you laugh with me with something? She clutches a clean dog to her chest. She's washed in the tall sunlight that chats through the window, illuminating the food on her toe. Still dripping from the ends of her hair. Yeah, I swallow thickly. Sure. I have a cut on my ankle I can't really reach, she mutters. Her eyes trace the edge of the spoon she can't see. I figure I should put some Neosporin on it before I'm covered in noodles. And sweat again. She looks at me over her shoulder. Do you mind? Yeah, I shake my tongue. No, I don't mind. I step closer. Dennis shakes his tongue. I step closer and take the skin from her. Sadie gathers her hair over her shoulder with one hand and presses the can closer to her chest with the other. The air stirs and Sadie's scent fills my nose. I have no idea what she smells like, but it's the most red smell I hadn't realized I'd missed.
The classic red smell.
I know. We should actually update these a little bit and make sure that the nouns and stuff are the same all the way through, but I thought it was funny. As I was writing, I couldn't stop laughing. She clutches a clean dog to her chest. I don't know why. Illuminating the food on her toe. I'm such a dork. Okay, so that was mine. Let's see what yours is. I gave you the short one because I spared you because I know that you don't like reading out loud.
Holy smokes, that's a short one?
Yeah, did you just read hear how long mine was?
I had 28 words.
So this is your original blurb or your excerpt, okay?
Yep.
And just so you know, this is an Ava excerpt. Mine was a Nox one. Yours is an Ava one.
Yeah, because I got a male character name I had to pull out of my beehole.
Okay, nice. My stomach grumbles again. If Nox isn't prepared to share, I'm not above begging, or at least scouring his cabinets for crumbs. The wood stairs are sturdy and don't make a sound as I wind my way down to the living room. The house looks and feels less like a home and more like a lodge, with its warm tones, rich woods, and plush furniture. While most of the house is devoid of personality and looks unused, the sitting room attached to the kitchen looks lived in and comfortable. Like this is where Knox and Mitch spent their time. The rest of it, the fancy dining area and library and the living spaces upstairs, are all just furnished rooms. Okay. Read us what you got.
All right. My left pinky toe turns with a silly hunger. And while it might be presumptuous to think Noah is down there making bananas for both of us, I can't punch the last time I farted something. And I lick down the hall and then turn the stairs on bare nostrils. My knee rumbles again. If Noah isn't prepared to share, I'm not above winking or at least scouring his socks for crumbs. The wooden clouds are sturdy and don't make a sound as I flick my way down to the Chichen Itza. The phone looks and feels like a rock and more like a horse with its warm cacti, rich plural roof shingles and difficult furniture. While most of the house is devoid of shoelaces and looks unused, the sitting room attached to the kitchen looks lived in and tiny, like this is where Noah and Jebediah spent their time. The rest of it, the huge dining room and outhouse and the warm spaces upstairs, are all just furnished rooms.
I should have known you would that you would have thrown in a fart in there.
Yep.
Well, thank you for indulging me. I wanted to check those out. I haven't actually done one since we created one, so.
Yeah, I said next round we do the same dealio to see how different it is between your mind and my mind.
What do you mean?
Same piece we have to read.
You mean, I know, but what are you saying? We should do it again?
I mean, I'm down. We'll throw feelers out there to your readers and see if they want to hear it again.
It's really hard to pick sections out that will even remotely make some sort of sense. So I clearly picked something when I was asking her to put these together. I picked something that was more interactive between people, and then I picked something that obviously wasn't quite so interactive because I wasn't sure what would translate better. But I honestly think the one that has the more interaction translates a lot better. I don't know. What do you think? We're doing real-time revisions here. When I do another one, I'm gonna have the correlate, like the nouns that need to be the same throughout. I want to make sure those are the same so that it makes more sense. But which one do you think was better as far as having one that has more like dialogue and interaction, or the one that you did?
I don't know. I'm not a reader, so it's all.
No, but you just did an activity, and which one do you think worked better?
I guess the one with more interaction with people makes more sense.
All right, so that's that. I have a couple other terms for you. Specifically, as always, this is a trope, your favorite. And I am curious, that creepy cat, that gray one, is stalking across the street towards us. So if a reader or an author is listing their tropes that are in their book, and let's just say they're listing ones that you've heard of, so Shadow Daddy and what did we say? Meet Cute, and we talked about age gap or cinnamon roll, male main character, that sort of thing. If in that list of tropes that they're listing about their book, if among them was one bed, what do you think that trope is?
To me, one bed means monogamy.
No.
Oh.
So one bed is a trope that is essentially how people describe that at some point the main love interests they have to share one bed. It has to do with building the sexual tension, right? Especially if you're in enemies to lovers situation, it would be really uncomfortable or awkward for them to have to share one bed together. The reason why I picked this one is because in The Skies of Fire, the book that we just did, Ava and Knox start out as, I wouldn't say that they are enemies, but they definitely have a decade's worth of grudges between them. And so they don't start off on a great foot. they have all this tension between them for the last 10 years, and then they're essentially trying to survive the end of the world together. And one bed is one of their tropes, because at one point they have to share a bed together, and it helps build the sexual tension for the romance part of it.
Oh, so it means like it's a single bed that they're kind of forced to share, but they're not like a couple yet, per se.
Right. So it's, yeah, I guess I could have clarified that. It's not like a married couple sharing one bed. It's more of the two love interests. They're usually not together yet, and then they have to share a bed.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if people really despise each other and there's one bed, then someone sleeps on the floor.
No, not in romances.
Or the shower tub.
Yeah.
I would think. Like,
yeah. When you're being literal about it, 100%. In
normal situations, yeah,
right.
if you despise someone, but this is like despise / I want to get in your pants, so I guess I'll get in the bed with you, I guess.
Yeah, if you're gonna pull my leg.
Right.
Yeah, another kind of spin-off of that is one horse or something like that. Somebody will know like they have to ride a horse together, even though they're at odds in some way, whether they're enemies to lovers or strangers or whatever, but something that really kind of builds that tension between them. So that's another one that you'll see sometimes. And surprisingly, Ava and Nox ride horses in this, but I don't think there's ever a point when they're on the same horse. So at least not completely coherent.
Yeah, so. I feel like I've seen that. The one horse deal.
Yeah.
There's never one motorcycle.
Yeah, there could be.
No, but can you think of one? One bicycle? One...
You could, I mean,
you could do it with whatever. Sense. You can do it with whatever, but I'm trying to think of things that would translate into a book or that trope. One elevator.
Oh, stuck in an elevator. That is forced proximity, which is also another one of my favorite tropes, because it forces two people who either don't know each other or don't get along to be in the same space for extended amounts of time. And it forces them to interact. And it also builds that tension between the two characters. So forced proximity is one that is pretty much in all of my books, because why not?
Okay.
You gotta throw them in there, man. You gotta build that tension.
What? Give me examples of forced proximity that's not an elevator.
If you are, well, I guess technically if you're on one horse together, or if you're sleeping in one bed together, it's forced proximity in a way. If you are stuck in a room waiting out, a zombie apocalypse, waiting for the horde to go by, that's forced proximity. If you have to sleep in a stable together for hiding out from somebody, that sort of thing, So, yeah, and once you start learning these things, I bet you'll start seeing them in movies. I mean, it's not just in books, right? I mean, this is all stuff that you'll see in shows and movies as well. So,
yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking like actual physically forced, like an elevator is a physical thing that closes and you're stuck.
You're locked in. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Again, very literal. Yeah, no, I understand that.
The different way of thinking of, you're in a room or a house per se, and you're waiting out something that is on the exterior, is forced proximity.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a survival situation either, right? Like you can, if you're on some sort of a hero's journey, let's just take something in Lord of the Rings or something, and you're stuck in the back of a wagon with your, love interest. Or if you are in a cave trying to stay dry for the night, or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stuck on a vessel.
Yeah. Like Wilson and what's his face in Castaway.
Yeah.
Forced proximity.
Poor Wilson. I made fire.
Yeah. God, that's a really good movie. I didn't think I really liked it that much until I saw it again recently, and I really do enjoy that movie a lot. Castaway, it's great. I would be interested how many tropes that you start to see in shows now. Like, we've talked about how your absolute love and affection for the Fast and the Furious series. One of the big tropes
The best.
One of the big tropes that they are known for is the found family, right? And you joke about how they sit around, and I guess all you have to do is have a barbecue at the end and eat carne asada and everything, you can survive anything. But that whole idea of found family, all those misfits coming together in ride or die situation is also another, especially in my survival stories and, other people's survival stories or hero's journey, that sort of thing. Found family is a really, popular trope as well. It's one of my favorites. I like all the misfits having to come together and form a new, like all the different dynamics and having to form a new family bond,
Like the Goonies.
Yeah, sure.
Got
Hey,
it.
you guys.
Okay.
Anyways, but that's all that I had for today. I just wanted to teach you some new tropes, and I figured we'd check out the ad libs. So thank you for indulging me. Let's go ahead and say what we're grateful for, and we'll let these kind listeners get back to their daily grind.
You go first. I don't have one.
I will just make it short and say I am grateful for my doctor. I hate our medical system, and she makes it semi bearable. So anyway, that's me. Clearly I had a doctor's appointment today, which is why that's on the top of my head. I know she's not listening, but thank you, Dr. George.
All right. I'm going to say that I'm grateful for people I work with, again, because it's fresh and I'm dealing with it right now. When it comes to emergencies and overtime, anything like that, people can tell me to kick rocks because that kind of stuff we can't really force anyone to do. But we're slowly getting a good crew that is willing and able to show up to these kind of emergency situations. So I'm thankful for the guys I got going on right now that are willing and able to step up and help out.
Nice. Yeah, and I know how stressed out you get and how frustrated you get, so I'm also grateful for them as well. I think that concludes our episode for today. If you are interested in learning more about my stories or Skies of Fire, you can head over to my bookshop. And if you want to know more about my reader community, where we have behind the scenes goodies and fun merch and all those things, you can check out my Rogue Reader community. We actually just named a new mascot. He's a little T-Rex, which I think if my readers who know me, that's pretty fitting. And the results are in, everybody. This is going to be old news by the time they hear this. But it looks like his name's going to be Roguely. They voted. So, Roguely, the Rogosaurus Rex. I threw that part in, but anyway, so that's exciting. So anyways, you can head over there. I'll put all the links to my bookshop and my reader community in the show notes. And until next time, thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Hello.
Bye. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Grumpily Ever After. Whether you're here for the book talk or the banter, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed our brand of chaos, don't forget to subscribe and join us next time for more book chats and married mayhem. Stay grumpy, stay bookish, and we'll catch you next time.